Hi guys, today we are going to look at how to clean data in Excel or how to clean your data set in Excel. My name is Judy and welcome to my channel. So let's get right in. So first of all, firstly, this is my Excel. This is my dirty data. So when you receive a dirty data, when you get a dirty data, what you want to do is save the raw file in case anything goes wrong. So I've already saved this file. So for you to save this file, you just go to File, you go to Save As, and can see I've already saved this file. So let me just save it again for the purpose of this training. So I just saved the file, save. So I know if anything goes wrong, I can always go back to the raw file, right? Yeah, so let's get right in. So first of all, okay, we've saved the file. The next thing we're going to do is to look at what we can do with this data. How can we clean this data? Now you notice that the columns are not the same size, or you have abnormal sizes of columns all around. So you want to sort out your columns and your row sizes so that you can be able to start working. So for you to do that, you come here, you see this triangle facing the other way, you highlight it. When you highlight it, so for you to align your columns, you pick any of these tiny lines in between and just double click on it. You can see it has aligned the columns, and for you to align the rows, you do the same thing. Any of these tiny columns between the numbers, just pick any one and just double click on it. So as you can see, our rows and columns are aligned according to the size of the length of the text that we have. So if you still want to expand any one, you can still drag it and just expand it. So that is it. So we've aligned our rows and columns. Next, we want to add filter to our headers so that we can be able to start working. So for you to add filter, just click on any of the column header, you go to data and you click on filter. So it adds filter. So you don't have to click the entire column headers, just click any one as far as there's no space in between. So if this name wasn't there, it's not going to put a filter there. So make sure that you have name, all your columns headers have names. So now let's continue. So why we put filter is for us to check each column what we need to do, so it will help us instead of scrolling down all through. We can just use the filter to know if this column needs any cleaning or not. For this one, let's check through. We don't have any blanks or anything. They're all in serial, so this column is clean. So when your column is clean, the next thing for you to check is your data type. So let's check our data type. Go to home and just put your mouse there. So you can see this data type is in general. So the data type here is in general because ID are unique identifier. If we use um, this column, is going to sum up for us. If we use it for visualization, it's going to be summing up. So we don't want it to sum up because IDs are unique identifiers. So you need to convert this to text. So you just highlight this ID column or whichever your column is, your unique identifier column is, just highlight it and pick text. So once you pick text, when we use this for visualization, it's not going to change, right? So let's continue. Next, we want to do is to remove duplicates. So we should have done remove duplicates before the ID column. My bad. So let's remove duplicates. So for us to remove duplicates, just Control A to select all. So just click inside of your data and Control A on your keypad and go to data. When you go to data, you will see remove duplicate here. You can see data tools, remove duplicates. So as you can see, we have 2 to 22. So let's remove duplicates, remove duplicates. So the remove duplicate is not based on one column. So it's going to check through if there's the same duplicate all through the rows. As you can see, all are highlighted. So I click OK. So you can see it has removed that one duplicate that I had here. So I click OK. So we remove duplicates now. So let's continue with sorting out our rows. sorry, our columns. So the next is our name column. On our name column, we can see that we have spaces, we have incorrect use of um, capitals and lower cases and all that. So we need to sort it out. So for us to sort it out, if for us to sort this out, I'm trying to rush so that this video doesn't take too long because we have a lot to do. So for us to sort it out, we have to add a new column, because if we don't add a new column, that means we have to use this column. So let's add a new column in front of B. So for us to add a new column in front of B, you highlight C, go to home, and on the cells here, you see insert. So insert sheet column. So just insert column. So it's inserts for you. So we can see we have an issue with spaces, and we have an issue with cap lock, cap cases, and all that. So first of all, I want to show you something. If we want to deal with the spaces, we use trim. So every formula starts with an equal to. So equal to trim. So we pick trim, and we pick which cell we want to trim. We want to trim this. We pick B2 and we tap enter. But that doesn't sort out. We're still having J in lower cases and D in all this. So what must we do? So for you to change the letters, the cap cases to align, names are started with capital letter, the first name and the last name. So what we want to do, we're going to use proper. So for us to use proper, you just come here. Let me delete it. Let me delete everything here. So we're going to use proper and trim. So we'll do equal to proper. Okay, let me use proper first so that you know what I'm talking about. So I pick proper and I pick this cell and I tap enter. You can see it has sorted out the name issue. So names are aligned now, but we're still having spaces. So we're going to add proper and trim together to sort this issue, so that we don't have multiple columns. So you go equal to, you start with proper. So you pick proper and proper, then trim, and then you select the cell. So I select my B2 and I tap enter. So it's asking me, there's a typo error because I didn't close it. I said, yes, please autocorrect. Thank you, Excel. So you can see it has sorted out the space and the capital letters. So English people will not, crucify us. So we've aligned it according to the standard that is required everywhere. First name, capital, last name, capital, other names in lower cases. So when you've done this, there's no reason why you should do for these other ones. You just drag it down. Yes. So you just drag it down and it aligns properly. Now, when we drag it down, this is the name that we want, right? Now, we don't want this one. Now, look at what will happen. We'll just, when you delete this cell, let's delete this column. When you delete this column, it gives you error because this column is referencing the other column. So let's Control Z it. So what must we do? So what you can do is highlight C, copy. When you highlight C, you copy. Then you right click and you paste value. Don't pick the first paste value. You can also come here and pick your paste function. So paste value, don't paste text. So let's paste. So you're copying C and pasting on C so that we can eliminate the formula issue. So we paste. Now when you paste, you notice that there are no more formulas in there, just the names. Let me go back so that you can see what I did. Before we pasted, when you click on it, you're having the formulas in there. So we want to eliminate this formula so that when we delete this column, we don't have error on here. So we will copy C, highlight C, pick the column C, copy it, Control C, and right click and paste value. The one that you have 1, 2, 3 is paste value. So Control C it. When you Control C it, it doesn't carry the formulas any longer, and you can easily delete your column B. So let's delete column B. To delete column B, highlight it, go to home and cells and delete. So it deletes column B for you. So now we have names here now. So you just label your columns, your column header names. So, but this data wants us to merge this name and this column B and C together, because these are the names and these are other names. So we need to merge them together. Your data might require you to do it and your data might not. So what should we do? Well, we're going to concatenate. I'll show you two ways to concatenate. I always like the shorter method, but I'm going to show you the two. So for us to merge both of them together, we need to add a column. So for you to add a column in front of C, we highlight D and go to Home and go to Insert and Insert Columns. So for us to join B and C together, we do equal to 1D and we type concatenate is already there. Then we pick text 1, text 2. So our text 1 is this. Watch what is going to happen. And comma, and we pick text 2. That is what we want to add, right? And you can close bracket or you can put enter. Excel will help you close the bracket. So just type enter. And as you can see, there's no space between these two names. You can see, right? Now, we need to add space to it. So let's type this formula again. So put equal to concatenate. We pick this text, comma. Instead of picking C, we're going to put this sign. We're going to put space. I don't know what it's called. My bad. So we're going to put this sign. I think they call it apostrophe, right? Something like that. So you're going to put these signs and you put comma, then you pick the second text. Look at what I did there. The first text, this gives space. So you put the apostrophe space, apostrophe, then the second text. You close bracket, either you close bracket or you don't. Excel will help you close bracket, and we put enter. So you can say now we have Jane, Davis, Oliver. Now the second method, which is the easier method, is still concatenate, but it is faster. So you just put equal to, you pick your B2, and you do the and signed. And sign means you want to join them together. Then you put the same sign that we did the other time. You put the space and you put the and sign again, and you pick your next text. So B2 and sign with a space and sign with C2. Then you put enter. So we're still having the same thing. Then you just drag it down. You can double click. Let me double click. It's easier to double click. So you just double click it and everything. This is the full name. You can just put your full name. Full names. Full names. So there's no need to delete this one because you might still use it in your stuff. Sorry, I'm scattering what we've done, the alignments that we did. So next, what we're going to do next is to check the next data, the next column, which is E. Is E complete? Yes, it's complete. So are we going to change the data type for E? Yes, let's change data type for E. We can change it to text so that in case we want to put it in a bracket, let's put this in a text. And so column E is done. We're going to check column F. Is everything aligned in column F? No naming error, nothing, fine. Column F is fine. And next, column G. Column G, we notice that we have incomplete data. We have delimiter, we have data that are joined together. So we want to know between the country and the specific places in case we want to do count on a particular country or a particular continent to be easier, So what we're going to do, we're going to replace this. So because this is a text column, I'm going to replace it with NA. Some people will just replace the entire data set with NA. I like replacing my text column with NA and my number column with 0. So I don't like replacing all. I don't like filling up my blanks with just NA. So you might fill all your blanks with NA, but this is how I do mine. So I just fill the text column with NA, and I fill my number columns with zero or none. So I replace this. So I say wherever there is, so for us to replace this, I highlight here and I go to home, I go to editing, and I go to replace. So find what? Find space and replace with just a minute. So let me just, so that it doesn't fill up the blanks down here. So I go to find and replace. So I go to replace, find space and replace with NA. So I said replace. Oh, it doesn't find a match. Okay. Okay, it has already replaced. Oh, my bad. I was doing it twice. So it has already replaced. As you can see, that is not applicable. So next we want to do is to separate this Agra and India. For us to do that, if you don't replace it, it's going to, this India is going to come up on the H column. So you're not going to have salary again. So you need to add a column so that you can have where, so if you need to add a column so that you can have where your data is going to come into. Because if you don't add a new column, it's going to forcefully delete the salary column. So for us to add date, we already know how to add column, highlight H, add column. So we've added a new column. Now the next step is to separate Agra and India. For us to separate Agra and India, we highlight G. This is the G where the texts are. Go to data, go to text to column, and these are delimiter. So if this was space, is also a delimiter. Whatever is separating two words together is delimiter. So we pick delimiter, we go next. What is our delimiter separated in? With a dash. So you can see once you put the dash there, it breaks it into column for you. So let me pick another stuff. So you can see you need to pick the exact thing your words are separated with. So I pick this and my words, I can see it has shown me the preview. This is the preview of how the data will come. I go next and I click finish and you see. So now I can do a visual or visualization on continent or the country. And if I want to, these are, let's say this is, let's retitle this is area and this is country. So if you have more data, it will help you focus on, okay, which area in this particular country is doing well and which country is doing well in that continent. So that is the beauty part of this. So next, so for this one, we have spaces in the countries. Okay, this data is supposed to be here. So you can just replace with it with NA, or you can just move your Canada here. So let's just replace this with NA. So let me not use this. Let me just replace with NA. Just highlight. Come on now. Highlight and replace with NA. Is already there. Replace. Okay. Replace all. Replace all. Um, at this point, hope you subscribe to my channel. Hope I'm giving you something worth your subscription. Please like and share this video, please. Thank you, so that it will reach more people. So let's continue. And okay, for the next is we go to the salary column. For the salary column, we check what is wrong. Here we have some blanks. So on the salary column, we can now replace it with zero. Like I said, I love replacing my numbers with zero. So but you can just replace all with NA. It depends on what you want. So I replace my spaces this time with zero. I replace all, just two replacements. So my salary column is done. My join date is fine. My department, I notice that I have some blank spaces. I have incomplete data. So what do I do first? I check which incomplete data I have. I only have F. as incomplete data, and that F is finance. So I just cancel. Let's just type it in. Finance. So on the space here, you just replace with its NA. I should have replaced everything with NA. I didn't want this video to be long at all. So replace the space with NA. Come on. No, it's going to replace the other ones. So let's replace with NA very quickly and replace. So that is done. So now we are good. So our performance score is good. Our manage is good. So our last column is our bonus column. So on this bonus column, I did calculation. So I did salary divided by the performance to actually get the bonus. So you can see I divided by L to give you the bonus. But as you can see, we have some errors. So um to remove all these errors, so we're going to use something called if error. So you're going to add if error to your formula. So just in front of your formula, just put if error. Just after the equal to, just put if error. So it means that if this division has an error, what should it put? So I said, okay, if this division has an error, put in not applicable. So, but because it's a text, when you're using text in formulas, you have to put it in quotation mark. So that's why I'm putting this in quotation mark. This is not find and replace like we did before. This is not replacing missing values. So this is putting text in a formula. So when you want to put text in a formula, put it in quotation marks or in speech marks. So you put, if this division has an error, give me not applicable or display not applicable. You can decide to put zero, you can decide to leave it blank as you wish. So I put that and I drop it down. As you can see, it gave me not applicable. Let me use, okay, if it gives me error, I want it blank. Then put okay. Then I drop it down. As you can see, it has given me blank in those spaces that had errors. Hope this video was helpful. Please like, share, and subscribe. And if there's any other cleaning, if there's anything I missed out that you don't understand, I want me to explain further, please drop it in the comment section and I'll do a video about it. Or if there's something you'd like to see, please also drop it in the comment section and I'll also do a video about it. Hopefully, please like, share, and subscribe. Bye. See you in my next video. Bye, 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 bye.